Mr. Nurkollari, how many films will be screened at DokuFest this year?
I will be screening around 160 films, most of them in the competitions, several competitions, but also on specially curated thematic programs, special programs. Yeah, around 160 films. Well, actually, the idea came upon being when we were selecting films. We started receiving films from the Middle East, films about the protests in Egypt, in Syria, Tunisia, and Yemen. So this was like the initial trigger. The punk stuff is actually because some of us were kind of fan of punk music, and we wanted to just kind of connected films about punk, because punk being a sort of protest, and we just decided, okay, we want some films about punk, but then it comes so nice with the protest, so we just decided, okay, let's do a punk, a protest in Prizren.
What new things will the 11th edition of DokuFest bring?
Well, I think there'll be a lot of new things. I can mention some of them. What we are especially proud of is that we are going to screen an epic film called The Story of Film, which is a 15-hour film. We are screening it in 2 parts, and I think it's the first time the film is being screened in this area, not only in Kosovo but in the Balkans. It has never been screened, and we are very, very proud of that. We're doing a lot of debates, talk shows, master classes, panels. And I should mention that we'll be doing a masterclass with the acclaimed Austrian filmmaker and cinematographer Michael Glaboger. And we just got the confirmation that we're doing another masterclass with the Polish cinematographer and director, film director Wojciech Staroń. We're also doing debates on energy or renewable energy. We're doing a debate accompanied with a film program which we call Dealing with the Past, which in fact is a film program with 5 films, but also a debate with the key speakers from the region and from Kosovo. We're doing a lot of music stuff as usual, so bringing a couple of great bands from the region, bringing amazing Eda Zari to sing and perform here. Workshops, doing workshop with our friends from Arts Global Corporation, doing another workshop on storyboarding, shooting, editing on iPads with our friends from the Tiziano project, and I'm very excited to share this news that the Tiziano project is embarking in Kosovo. Photo exhibition with the Turkish photographer Kamil Ferhat, which will open DokuPhoto, and then doing another masterclass with German photographer Jutta Benzenberg and her continuing work in Albania. So yeah, quite a lot of new things. Well, there are several factors we, how can I say, focus on when we select, and it's kind of a teamwork, and we have 8 pre-selectors. We have a special selector for short film programs. We have another selector for animations and teens and children program, and they all have their own criteria. But if you ask me, I would say that I look for good storytelling coupled with a good cinematography. That's 2 main things that most of us concentrate on when selecting films. We also look for new voices, new filmmakers, new films. So I can say that most of our international competition is actually compiled of not big names and big films, but rather young filmmakers with their first or second films. So this is another thing that we really look into when we go into this huge work that is called selection process.
Are there any films that you would specify among those chosen to be screened this year?
Well, I think there are several films that I should mention, and I cannot escape but mention the opening film, which is called 5 Broken Cameras, and it's an exceptional film. It's one of my favorite films, a story about a Palestinian amateur filmmaker who films for years in his own village, the protests, and we chose it to be the opening film. I think people will like it. Also, I have to mention the film about the great performance artist Marina Abramovic and her show, or the film about the show she did in Museum of Modern Arts, but also about her life. I think it's an extraordinary film. And then a couple of films that I want to mention and that are in our human rights competition, especially a film called Call Me Kuchu about the gay and lesbian community in Uganda. I think it's a tremendous film, a very powerful film, and a film that sends a really clear message that we should respect rights to all communities, regardless of their color, faith, or whatever. And then, yeah, I just mentioned the story of film, which I think it's the most extraordinary film at DokuFest this year, not only because it's 15-hour long, but because of the subject and the achievement that Mark Cousins, the director, has done with that film, because it's a film about the history of cinema, and it goes from the beginning to today and even in the future. So I just highly recommend that film for whoever has the patience and stamina to stay for 7.5 hours, 2 days in a row. Yeah, there are several films. I would love to like to mention the film coming from Albania, and it's called Not a Car Wash, and which is again a protest film, and of course another film that inspired us to call this whole theme a protest, as well as a masterpiece that we are showing, one of several masterpieces of cinema, but which again deals with the protests. And it's called Battle of Algiers. It's quite a known film by Gillo Pontecorvo, and we're showing a 35mm print with Albanian subtitles, which we found in archive of a film archive in Tirana, and we'll be showing it along with the third feature film ever made in Albania from 1957 called Fortuna. And this I mentioned because we want to raise awareness about the state of the archive in Tirana, because it needs some awareness, it needs some help, and we hope to raise the awareness and get some help or funding so the prints that are in a bad condition be hopefully restored and returned to their original state. Of course, 3 films of Alain Resnais that we're for the first time starting with a series called Masters, and showing 3 films by French master Alain Resnais in cooperation with the French embassy. A couple of films from the region that I would really like to mention, and one that got a recent award in Cannes called Sophia's Last Ambulance, as well as a short Turkish film called The Silent, and it just got the Palme d'Or in Cannes for the short film. Well, I would like to mention some of the guests and jury members, especially the fact that Samira Makmalbaf is honoring us and coming to sit on the jury of DokuFest. Also, Ryan Harrington from Tribeca Film Institute is going to be in the jury. Then we have a couple of programmers from main festivals in Europe. So like Martin Tepas is coming from ITFA, which is the biggest documentary festival in the world. And then Mads Mikkelsen from Copenhagen Docs, which is, if not the best festival, one of the best experimental documentary festivals in the world. Then the director of Ambulante Festival from Mexico City, Elena Fortes. We have filmmakers who are traveling here, including Ilian Mete from Bulgaria, and both filmmakers coming from New York, Call Me Kuchu filmmakers, Malika and Christine. I don't really know exact number how many guests are coming, but I'm very lucky to say that many filmmakers and producers and film people will embark, and also we're bringing a couple of filmmakers directly from Sarajevo. So this is kind of And a bad luck is a good luck that we managed to find a good collaboration with Sarajevo, so they'll be screening a couple of films on the first part of the festival, allowing us to bring guests from Sarajevo here. So I think there'll be a move from Sarajevo to Prizren as well, and a big group of coming Balkan filmmakers to do a workshop with the Balkan Documentary Center. Martička Božilova is returning. Yeah, I think we'll have a good number of people, and especially good selection of people. It's kind of our luck. People say that they like to come here.